my God, will Pulse fill up? Yes. If it accrues so much value and gets so many users, yeah, the fees will go up and you'll just get really, really rich holding Pulse watching. Oh no, more really, really rich people. Like, you can't, here's the thing, you cannot force a free market to keep things cheap because then crappy use cases that aren't valuable will outbid useful and valuable use cases. And do you want your chain with limited capacity to be filled up with crap? No, you don't want your chain filled up with crap. You want it filled up with nice, good things. Well, then how do you know what the difference between nice and crap is? By bidding. And the people that see more value in the chain pay more to use the chain. And then your limited resource chain, through the bidding mechanism, is filled with the most valuable things that people can fill it with. And so this like socialist USSR decree that, oh, we're just going to have cheap fees forever, it doesn't work because there's a finite amount of space and you have to allocate it to certain users. And who should you allocate it to? Those that can most afford it, because they're bidding with their money for how valuable the transaction is. So the solution to a limited resource isn't to screw around with the pricing. The solution to a limited resource is to create more of the resource. So the Ethereum chain is full. Great. Well, we're going to make one with 4 times more throughput and it won't be full. It'll be empty, and let's go fill it up.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another day. We're going to be talking about Pulsechain runes and Mafia, of course, something for everyone. So look forward to that. We're going to open up a few more Mafia crates today, so I hope you enjoy that. It's a lot of fun opening up a Mafia crate for the Mafia game. So we're going to get into that, and yeah, let's go. Who we got in house? We got Life Beneath. How are you today? Very good. We got Hex Pulse Hex incentive for the win, 100%. The golden crypto strategy of this channel, of course. We are streaming to 3 channels, by the way, over 10,500 subs. So big shout out to everybody. If you've been watching for a long time, get into the chat and get conversational. Really do enjoy that. We got Joey Torres in the house there. Hi all, good to see you, Joey. Always a pleasure. And we've got Brennan as well, our TA guru and moderator, Morning Suit Man and family. Hey Brennan, hope you're doing well. And he's also a capo in the syndicate, so big shout out. We've got Archie in the house as well. Hi all, good to see the Don or the godfather of the syndicate in the house. Big shout out. Yeah, so kind of cool. Yeah, we're co-hosting the syndicate for the Mafia inside Discord. It's obviously Archie's running the Telegram side, so big shout out. Big shout out to all the other Mafia families out there as well. They are playing pretty competitive. We haven't even started the game, but pre-launch strategy and tactics already in kick. So exciting to see. That's all part of the game, right? All part of the game. This is Mafia land afterwards. After all, it's going to be a crazy, crazy place to play on the old Mafia, and the game hasn't even started. So fun times. Robert's in the house. Hey, Robert, hope you're doing well. Always good to see you too. Welcome back to the chat there. And we've got Wookie as well. Yes, 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 sir. Love me a crate and a plate. Says Wookie. Yeah. Wookie's done pretty well. That's great. So big shout out to him. All right, let's get into it. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to get into the stock market. We're going to get into Bitcoin runes. We're going to get into what else? We're going to talk about Pulsechain, of course, and then BNB Mafia, and of course Hex. We're going to talk about that. We might cover a few other wild topics as well. Let us know in the chat there if you've heard anything that's really cool that I don't mention on Pulsechain or otherwise. So get in there and let's go. All right, let's find out where we're going. We're going to stock market. Stock market having another good day. Can you believe it? Look at this. Woohoo! S&P 500, NASDAQ notch record highs ahead of the Fed meeting coming up. So, well, actually, it's probably in play now. What day is it here? It is Tuesday down under, Monday in the Northern Hemisphere. So that's kind of the play. This is Monday's results, of course, for the US stock market. Dow Jones almost 0.2%, 69 points to 38,868. Now, for those that are not familiar, Dow Jones is the top 30 industrials in there, at least the ones in the index. The S&P 500 is up 0.25% to almost 14 points to 5,360. And the NASDAQ, with all the tech companies in it, all that big AI theme and everything else playing out, that's up over, let's say just over 1/3%, 60 points almost at 17,192. So amazing. So that's the S&P and NASDAQ. They're making new all-time highs. That's pretty exciting. So let's jump over to the dollar there at the moment. Dollar is also up slightly. at 104.76 on the index versus trading partners. Quickly look at the commodities. West Texas is up 0.5%, $78. Brent oil's down slightly at $82. Gold at the moment is pretty flat at $2,326, and silver there is down 0.25% at $29.80, let's say. That's just below that $30 mark there. So silver there just taking a bit of profit taking. Looking at the results there, well, we had Apple unveil its Apple Intelligence. So AI theme's big in technology on the NASDAQ, but it's also big in crypto, right? So a big crypto theme there. Apple unveils Apple Intelligence. NVIDIA adds to gains. AMD stumbles. That's kind of the play there. Now, I'm not going to go too much through this because we typically don't go too much into the stock market, but we've got here, we believe Apple's AI strategy will leverage its golden installed base around personalization and LMMs, large language models, on the phone. And that should change the growth trajectory of Cupertino as Spur and AI Drive iPhone upgrade cycle starting with the iPhone 16. So if you find that, it looks like a bit of upgraded AI there. So that's kind of the play there. But we're going to get into the stock market. Fed meeting, CPI data is eyed. Investors are showing a degree of caution ahead of the conclusion of the latest Fed meeting on Wednesday, when the central bank is likely to keep interest rates unchanged. Market watchers are keen to see how the rate cuts officials will signal for the rest of the 2024, and the updated dot plot likely to point to 25 basis point cuts this year, down from 3 in March. So that's what we're expecting there. So we'll get a new update with their forecast. City economists now expect the Federal Reserve to begin cutting rates in September rather than July, following the much hotter than expected May jobs data release last week. We now expect 75 basis point total cuts this year in September, November, and December. So that's kind of the forecast at the moment. But the jobs report does not change our view that hiring demand in the broader economy is slowing, and that this will ultimately provoke the Fed to react with a series of cuts beginning in the next few months. CPI price index inflation and data is also due Wednesday for the Fed's announcement, and is expected to show inflation remaining comfortably above the central bank's target rate, a range which is 2% there. And of course, inflation has been the Fed's biggest consideration in altering interest rates, and the data could fire markets up ahead of the Fed Chair Jerome Powell's post-meeting press conference there. So if we get some friendly CPI data, we could see another move higher. That's what we're looking for there. Obviously, conversely, we may see a move down if it's not so good, if it's heating up again. It's been a little bit volatile there. All right, so that's the stock market. Let's move on out. In fact, we've got the Fed meeting. Let's go to the tools here and have a look at the Fed rate monitor. And what's it going to say? It's going to say, meeting in 1 day and 17 hours. So that's coming up this week for Wednesday. So that certainly could move markets this week, and they're already front running that a little bit. All right, let's jump over to the crypto market. Bitcoin happens to be a bit down though. So yes, stock market making records, but Bitcoin, they're just, I guess, consolidating, but they're just below 70,000 for Bitcoin, down to 30%. 0.3%, let's say, 69,588. Bitcoin dominance has increased, so we're now over 53%, 53.07% there, up from yesterday. Ethereum there is down 1.15% at $3,671. BNB is down pretty dramatically after the big rally. BNB rallied to about $724, is now down at $623. So that's like $100. That's a massive pump and dumper, but it's down 7.5% at the moment. We'll keep an eye out on BNB though. Excuse me. Everything else is pretty much down. Let me just grab a drink here. Good old cup of tea. So everything's pretty much down. Tron's up a little bit there, 0.5%. And that's pretty much it. Everything else is down modestly or consolidating, let's say. That means us into Bitcoin, Bitcoin chart. So we've got the 50-day moving average continue to move up, 67,057. That's pretty cool. Excuse me. Cough, cough. And so we're above that at 69,500. So looking pretty good there. That leads us into runes, of course. First meme season for Bitcoin. First bull market meme season for Bitcoin. What's it going to do? It's going to break some records. I think it's going to do that. And of course, if you're not got onto runes, you should get into it. And of course, if you want to find out more details, join our strategy club. The link's in the video description. Join our Discord, and it's a private club in there, so you can join that. You're looking for those big returns. Definitely runes is a place for that. And of course, that is it. Magic Eden runes. It's #1 Dex, of course, Magic Eden. All right. You will need a specialized wallet potentially, like a Xverse wallet, a Magic Eden wallet, or a Unisat wallet, something like that, to interact with these sites. Let's see here. We've got the top one there at the moment. We've pretty much got Dog Go to the Moon, which is the one we're backing for the big move, to be the next big Dogecoin, for example, on Bitcoin. It just kind of makes sense to have the most valuable meme coin on the most valuable chain. So we're backing Dog there to do that. It's currently on a retrace at the moment. So a very friendly place to get into at the moment, just below 10 sats. So very good entry there for Dog. We've got Ryzik at the moment is down 4.5% there. Another good team, another top rune there. These are also etched, so you can see the rune number. That's when it was created. And of course, Runes protocol launched at the same time as the Bitcoin halving. And of course, these were the early runes. They paid a lot of Bitcoin to etch these out early. It was pretty expensive to do so. Rune number 8 there is Ryzik, another big team, and that is on a bit of a retrace at the moment. So any of these top ones probably fairly good for the bull market. We got Bank of Nakamoto Dollar there, just below 10 sats as well, down 1%. They're trying to make a stable coin there, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see that play out. Pups World Peace there, big NFT crew, that's down 16% at the moment. Epic, obviously, there at number 6. Pretty much down a little bit there. Crypto Kitties is the new entry today, up 183%. Woohoo! 849 sats. Market cap just below 50 million at the moment. So this is the new entry, Crypto Kitties, and that has come up to number 7. That's actually rune number 67,294. So it just goes to show you, just because it's etched a lot later, it doesn't mean that it can't fly. And so Crypto Kitties is doing pretty well there. Personalities, of course. Not everyone likes pups. You got dogs and cats, right? Dogs and cats. But also personalities are pretty popular. Obviously, Satoshi Nakamoto, founder of Bitcoin there. And of course, that is down 18% today. So some nice little entries at the moment, given the pullbacks. They do have charts on there too. You can check those out. Lobo the Woolpup there, down 20% there. Another one of my favorite teams. Very good at marketing, going to have capital investment, things like that. So it's kind of cool. Decentralized, the big Ethereum team there. That is number 10, rounding off the top 10 there. There's lots of pretty good teams below that as well, like Zbit there. I think the Donald's probably going to do pretty well this bull market. Obviously, it's just easing off the last week. We've had after that big rally in runes, we've had a bit of easing off last week, which is a good time to pick up some for the next move higher. So that's on the runes. Those are the meme coins, as it were. The NFT collections on the collections here, and we see quite a lot of changes happening on the top of this list. This has been changing a lot in the last week. So depends on how you look at it, but volume, we got ENS there, Ethereum name. Am I on the right one here? Sorry, I'm on the Bitcoin. My bad. Apologize for that. It's no wonder we had a lot of changes. Let's go back to Bitcoin here. Sorry, Bitcoin. No, not so much changes now. Sorry, I was on the wrong chain. Bitcoin Pups, Node Monks at number 2, Runestone number 3. You needed Runestones to get the dog airdrop, so that's sitting there at the moment. Ordinal Maxi Biz there at number 4. The Royals at number 5. That's a new one. Haven't seen that one there. The Quantum Cats, the Frux, the Blobs at number 8, Ryzik at number 9. You see some similar names between the runes and the NFTs because if you'd had some of these NFTs, you would have got dropped the main coin, right? The or project coin, depending on what they've got included in that token. You got Bitmaps at number 10, which I still think is going to be big. I still think Bitmaps in a metaverse is going to be big on Bitcoin. And Bitmaps, if you're not familiar, it sort of maps out the Satoshis, the blocks in that get issued since the beginning. So I still think that's going to be pretty good there. Some pretty good teams following after that. Prometheans, Evil Lord is a recent one, so there's lots of teams in there. Bitcoin, Pizza Ninjas, there's lots of different ones in there as well that you can check out. Bit of a consolidation after massive rally there, so not surprising. We'll find a bottom eventually, and then have a probably rally to a much higher level. That's kind of the expectations there. All right, you can find out more in our Discord under the Strategy Club. So that's $35 a month to join that. So hit the link today. Let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum at the moment is at $3,670. We've got the 50-day moving average at 3,500, so really ticking up there. And the 200-day is moving up. It's now $3,000. So we're hitting new milestones with these moving averages. And of course, Ethereum there 3670. I think we're getting pretty close to getting another like the hyper rally, like we've seen in previous Bitcoin halvings. We must be getting pretty close indeed, given the Bitcoin halving is way back here. Things are, I think we're just in the quiet before we get, when it goes, you guys know, if you've been in the bull market before, once it hits post that halving, maybe 2 months afterwards or so, we get the big rally, and that's pretty amazing to be in. All right. So there at the moment, 52 days since Bitcoin halving. So we must be getting pretty close, is my guess. And like I say, I think we're looking historically on Bitcoin, looking bullish for maybe late June, July, August. Maybe we get a big pullback in September, which we typically have in September. And then October, November, December could be very bullish indeed, especially with a lot of cool things happening in the political stakes at the moment, as the population's finally voting for the right thing and moving to center-right voting all over Europe and the United States, hopefully, and back to freedom and liberty, which is good. People are finally starting to vote the right way. So that's kind of cool. We've got BNB at the moment. Obviously, that big rally got all the way up to $730 and are being pulled right back down here to $625. So there we go. But man, I think we're just going to continue to go up quite dramatically. Excuse me, here. So it's going to be fun to see that play out. We've got the 50-day at $608 at the moment, and the 200-day at $480. So yeah, I'm still pretty bullish on that after the breakout here that we had. Sure, we're going to get bounced back up there. That leads us into BNB Mafia, which is going to be pretty cool. And before we get into that, let's play a little video. All right. So that's the cool little video, which I do like a lot, with the whole machine gun. So BNB Mafia is going to be pretty badass. Let's see who else has jumped into the chat there. We might have a few other comments before we get into the BNB Mafia. Yeah, it's great to have the Don in the house. Good to see the Godfather from the Syndicate here. Archie, welcome. We got Wookie as well. Who else has jumped in here? Check my pulse. Good evening, Superman. What's up, Hex Token family? Yeah, check my pulse. Hope you're doing well. If he never followed me, he can never unfollow me unaffected, shaken out by the last of them. Are you talking about Richard Hart? Yeah. I actually didn't talk about that yesterday, but I probably should have, but we'll talk about it when we get to Pulsechain. Wednesday interest rates drop should move the markets. Yes, indeed. I think this could be quite good. Maybe be the beginning of the rally in the old Bitcoin, like we've seen historically. All right, so here we are on Mafia. That's kind of cool. Let's go to the players here. I'm going to post the link in here. If you want to start playing, get into this. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, it's Mafia on BNB chain, but it is coming to Pulsechain as well. So there'll be BNB Mafia on BNB and BNB Mafia, or Pulse Mafia as it's called, on Pulsechain. This is Pulsechain is launching on the 14th, I believe. So that's going to have the pre-launch phase. So that's not the actual game. It'll be probably pre-launching, just like we see with the BNB version. But this is Jacob, #1 DeFi GameFi dev on Pulsechain. So we're back in that big time. And he's got many awesome projects, including PSD Algo, PulsePot, BNB Pot. So it's a fun times. And Pulse Predict. Pulse Predict is going to be launching in late June as well. So we'll probably cover that again, maybe tomorrow or something like that. So I must remind myself on that on Pulse Predict. All right, so that is it. That's sports betting, of course, and price betting. So there it is, the link. Now we're going to go to the families. You can see overall here, you got 701 live families at the moment. So if you do want to get a player, you need 2,000 Mafia tokens. That's very cheap at the moment to get, maybe $1.10 or something like that to get a player. It's a very cheap entry on BNB chain. All you have to do is switch over on your MetaMask or whatever wallet you're using over to the BSC or BNB chain, depending on how you talked about it. There are 14 crime families at the moment. 14. That's a very good result straight out of the gate before the game even starts. There is a multiple phase pre-launch phase. We're on just finished phase, or we're on phase 5, let's say. Phase 5 is the egg drop crates, which we're going to do today. We're going to open up a couple more. And then, of course, we're moving into phase 6, which is going to be huge too. There's two big stages for the pre-launch. And, of course, that is going to be the world map and market trading. So it's going to be fun, folks. It's going to be real fun. And of course, the vault is what everyone's after there, including a lot of the big in-game assets, as well as playing. You'll be able to earn multiple ways on the BNB to earn crypto. It's going to be pretty fun. We can see this 83.13 BNB in the vault at the moment that the Mafia families will be fighting over. So pretty cool. 700 Mafia players been hit. Let's go to the families, and we can see that the top family at the moment is the Syndicate, which just so happens I'm part of. We've also got the Don, I think, in the chat there. We've got Archie in the house, so big shout out to him. And we've got the original Gangsters at number 2 doing a great job. They were doing a lot of pre-game antics already. So it's going to be fun to see the original Gangsters play out. So, yep, that's doing pretty well. The Mugnaos is doing pretty well also. Taking a bit of a cooler position at the moment. They're number 3. So holding up pretty well is the Mugnaos. We got number 4, the Yakuza. Don't never count out the Japanese. The Yakuza often feared, right? Often feared. Dishonor the Yakuza. What happens? Normally you lose a little finger or something, don't you? Lose a little finger. We got number 5 there, the Illuminati at number 5. And of course, they're pretty mysterious. You can see the big eye there. So the top 5, they're the ones that will share the 10% weekly payout of the vault, which is pretty awesome at the moment. So the weekly payout is how much? Well, it's going to be $52,000 worth of BNB in there at the moment. And of course, just at that level, let alone the starting amount, that is over $5,000 a week. So pretty cool. And at the moment, you can see the top family gets 30%, and the bottom family at number 5 gets 10%. We've got many other families competing for those positions. We've got the High Table, the Cosa Nostra, the Peaky Blinders, the Cartel, the OG Escobars, the OG Sopranos, and the Mafia Group, the Untouchables, and I always say this twisted name, the Salvation Army at number 14 there. They're all vying for that. Now, we do have another YouTuber. Obviously, I'm covering BNB Mafia, and I'll be covering Pulse Mafia. We also have another YouTuber out there, Crypto Pride, so big shout out to him. And he's got a family called the Untouchables at the bottom there at number 13. So encourage him with his endeavors in this chaos game. Anyway, we're going to go from the family. So we've covered the players, we've covered the families, we've covered the vaults. We're going to go to the crate. So let's go to the crate here. And of course, let's open up some more crates. So you can get these crates. I don't know if there was a 24-hour, if you're a starter player, there's a 24-hour play where you could get a free crate. I'm not sure if that's still open now. I think there was a cap to that, a limit. Yeah, it may have been something like 250 or something. I'm not sure, but somewhere in there. That could have been played, but we're going to open up a couple of crates. Now, there are multiple crates. Now, these crates are going to airdrop you things you're going to need in the game to play and be real good at the game. We're going to have cash, bullets, health, shop items, businesses, bodyguards, helper credits, and cars, and a few other things out there. So we're going to open up a few. You can already see I've opened up yesterday. I opened up, 10 yesterday. And, of course, we've got many different results. We've got armored cars. We've got bulletproof vests. We've got hitmen there or bodyguards. We've got some hearts there for the health in case we get shot up. We've got some guns there, a Remington shotgun there, some bullets, and some money. So it wasn't too bad a haul yesterday. But we've still got these crates to open up. We're going to open up a couple more each day. I've still got 10 there, so we're going to open up a couple more. So let's open up at least 2 more today and see what that's like. So we're going to do that now. So let's see what we get. It's really fun. I love this thing. The animation is really cool. And these are going to be useful in the game, right? Going to be used in the game to, maybe take out somebody, give them the good old whack job or whatever it's called. I don't know. Does it sound right? I don't know. It's a family channel, but we're going to take some players out, going to earn some money, going to take out some businesses, things like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, this is interacting with chain links. So there we go. So we're going to open up a crate. We already got some crates, but you can also buy crates, right? So you can also buy crates. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But let's open up and play this. Now, it will cost you a little bit of BNB to interact, obviously, open up crates and buy new crates. But here we go. Wish us luck here. What are we going to get? I have no idea. Hopefully it's something tasty, something good, obviously. Let's see what we got here. We've got some hearts. Have we? Bullets? Oh, bullets. Okay, cool. Let's see what we get in terms of bullets. Hopefully we get a lot of bullets. So we've got little bullets in at the bottom and a lot of bullets at the bottom there. Little bullets at the top, a lot of bullets at the bottom. Let's see how we go. Come on. 1,500. That's not too bad, I think. So 1,500, very, very cool. So we've got 1,500 bullets. That's going to be useful for taking out our enemies. Let's see where that's going. Yeah, 1,500. Look at that. that's kind of cool. That's showing up there. Now you can also purchase, right? So you can either open crates. You can actually transfer crates. Like you can transfer this crate, so you can click on it, and you can send it to another player. Maybe you want to help someone out or join, encourage someone to join, that sort of thing. You can put their player's name in, and it will send it to their address. Pretty cool. You can also send inventory. So if you do win crates, you can put the player name and send them some guns and bullets. Maybe they've been shot up in the game. You want to help get them to help you attack somebody. You could transfer some bullets and some hearts and things like that, some health. So there's lots of different things you can do strategically in the game. Now you can purchase, of course. It's pretty much around just under $20, so $19.99 USD Tether. You can use that. You could use Mafia tokens. It will cost you about 40,571 Mafia tokens at the moment. That will change with the price of Mafia, of course, in reflection to 20. You also got BNB there as well. So BNB, it will cost you 0.032 BNB to buy a crate, and you don't know what's in the crate. So it's just luck of the draw there. So let's have a quick look at another crate. So that's how you do it. You purchase on that, just click on it, and it will open up a ticket, and you can go through and buy one. So that's kind of cool, pretty easy to do. It will cost you a few little fees along the way. You got to approve and buy and stuff like that. Then you got to open it up. So it's like maybe four little transactions you have to do, something like that. Let's open up see what this is going to happen. This one is number 2. So let's open this up. This is on the BNB chain, remember. This is coming to Pulsechain, so it will be Pulse Mafia. We'll be covering both chains for the game. And of course, it's probably going to get more viral. You're super early, so it's always good to be early. Get your position in, because once the marketing starts and all that sort of stuff, people are going to hear about it, and of course, it will jump on. So it's going to get pretty busy in the game, as you can imagine. That's cool. So yeah, there was 2 transactions there to open up the crate. Let's see how we go. Tick, 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 tick. So what are we going to get? What are we going to get today? We got some more bullets. Are you kidding? Money. Yes, money. Yeah, money. And money is very powerful. You can buy things with money, right? It's a medium of exchange, for goodness sake. Let's see. Hopefully we get 10 million money. Let's get 10 million money. Bring on 10 million money. Come on, 10 million money. Let's go. Come on, go. Off $500,000. That'll do. We'll take $500,000. We got almost halfway there, so we'll take that cash. $500,000. Yeah, boy. That's the same what we got yesterday. We got $500,000. So that's pretty crazy. We're $500,000 there as well. Shall we open up one more crate? I was going to just do 2, but I just have to feel like we need to do 3. So let's do one more crate here as well. And let's see if anyone's got any comments about the crates here. Let's see before we move on too quickly. Let's see here. Tomba says, if you are playing Mafia on BNB, you also are going to join the Pulse Mafia one. Think it will do well or flop. We're going to be covering both Mafia games on Pulsechain and on BNB. So they're both Jacob's projects. He's a Pulsechain developer, but also got a couple of projects on BNB. So we're covering all that. It's got great synergy to get people coming over to Pulsechain too that way. Archie said the syndicate is taking over Pulsechain too. Recruiting is open. So there we are. If you want to get into that, hit Archie up on X or Telegram, or get into Discord and join up for that now. There's a $5 membership for Pulsechain Discord, so that link's in the video description. But then you can hit Archie up after that if you want to join. Brennan says, yes, sir. We got Big Hooner as well in the house. Hey, Big K, good to see you. We've got Mecca CC in the house. Hey. Good to see CC. Gina in as well. Hey, everybody. Mafia looks fun. I think it's fun too. That's why we're backing it, because we think that Jacob's a genius, but also because we think it's going to be fun and something we can have a good time with, as well as in crypto on the way. It's kind of fun like that. And we think it's going to be a killer app on Pulsechain as well, because Pulsechain really needs something like this to add on to a lot of the other DeFi that's got. It's already got a lot of lending protocols in that, but really needs more GameFi, more interactions as well. Killer apps, what you need to have. So we're excited about it. Let's go, says Wookie. Let's go. Yeah, 14th, I think, of June is Pulse Mafia pre-launch is going to be starting, so it's going to be good. Big one says Wookie. Use the 4 super. I will try. Here we go. Here's the 3rd one. Let's do it. Let me where the fudge is this thing gone? I gotta go get it. Let's confirm. So I'm just hitting the ticket now. So the MetaMask got popped up something, so I'm just clicking on that for the fee. Let's go. So interacts with Chainlink, right? So it's doing the random number, I guess, something like that. And let's go. So you have a random chance, some sort of random chance at winning something. So that's going to be good. Is that going through? Waiting for chain link, folks. Waiting for chain link. We got something. There we go. And so there are 2 transactions to open a crate. It is on BNB. And BNB is fairly cheap chain, but not as cheap as Pulsechain, right? Pulsechain is going to be virtually dead cheap, right? I mean, it's half a penny for stuff and all that. So it's going to be way cheaper. Cheap on BNB, but way cheaper on Pulsechain. And we've got some more hearts. So we're getting money and hearts today. Money and hearts. So let's hopefully we get high hearts. Yeah, I'd like to get 1,000 hearts or 750 or 500 or something. Let's hope for that. Come on, let's go. Go. Oh, stop. 250. That's not too bad. We're in the middle. We'll take that. So 250 heart there. That's kind of cool. And that brings us up. Now, heart's worth a lot, right? Heart is worth a lot. So if you do get hearts, they are actually worth a lot to you because your health, you need good health, and to have plenty of hearts is very important. So they're actually surprisingly a good one to get. So those are 3. We're going to open up probably another 2 or 3 tomorrow. So you can join, watch the live show tomorrow. We'll open up more on that. But once again, there is a game wiki as well. I did a video on that the other day. You can follow that, but you can read it yourself as well. And of course, if you want to buy Mafia, the contract is F4111. And of course, you can search that on Deck Screener. There is a buy tax of 4.7% and a sell tax of 16.6%. The price is real friendly at the moment, so it's a really good price to get into. You probably have to set your slippage at 5% and 20% respectively to buy that successfully. And then, of course, you only need 2,000 to be a player. Each of the families have different entries. Some of them are free. And some of them cost. Like the Syndicate, for example, is 100,000 entry fee. I think the original Gangsters there has no fee, but it's pros and cons to that, right? Pros and cons to whether you have a fee or not. So remember that. Fees help make things stronger, right? So just remember that. All right. Let's jump over there. That is Mafia. Let's jump over to Pulsechain now. We're going to get Pulsechain results now. So day 390. What are we up to? 395. I think we're 395. I think we're in 395. So we're going to get into that. Who else has jumped in here? The force is with us. It is indeed. We've got some more heart there. Got to have a lot of heart. Right, so day 395, I think it is. We've just got 396 here, but I think it was 395. We'll double check when we in another 10 minutes or so. We got Pulse at the moment is at quadruple 0489, and PulseX is this down 3% for Pulse, sitting at 49% of the main sacrifice price. PulseX at the moment down 4.09%, and that is at quadruple 0209. And of course, the buy and burn there is at 890 billion, 350 million. So looking pretty good. 4.39% bought up and burnt. Now, volumes on the Pulsechain have been low the last week, so that means less buy and burn, but still ticking away with any volume that goes through. You got still got $10 million of volume minimum going through, so that's kind of positive. The incentive token at the moment is $2.49, down 4.84%, but the ratio is still holding up pretty strong there, just under 51,000 pulse per one incentive, and the incentive tokens in existence, 34 million at the moment, 34 million of those. P-Hex at the moment, Hex probably been the most, had the most shading off the Hex price. We're down 2.9% at 60, just under 6300th of a penny. E-Hex at the moment, 1400th of a penny, so really at the bottom of that level. The combined price, E-Hex and P-Hex at the moment, 7700th of a penny. And of course, probably a very good entry point here for anything under 1 cent, particularly. That is the results there. And of course, let's go into the weekly here on Pulsechain. We've got Pulsechain at the moment just under 5,000, a very key level here on the weekly. So real battling around the psychological level of 5,000, currently at 4,893 at the moment. We did bottom out here at 4,600, which is kind of cool that we had seen that previously in December last year, and it had been resistance pretty much around September. So it does seem to be a pretty key level just on a horizontal support and resistance. And here we are at the moment battling around that at the moment. Are we about to take off to the upside there? That is the question, right? So I'm feeling optimistic about that because I think we've got the general market also in that position. So obviously if we get a good CPI number and good Fed minutes, then that could certainly help us turn for that big rally that we're expecting in crypto. So there we are at the moment. PulseX is even better. So PulseX here, let's go to the weekly on PulseX. We'll just ignore the daily for the time being. but this is the weekly on Pulsex, and Pulsex is looking even better. So definitely preferred buy for me. We've got high lows. We've got this upward trend still holding. We've got obviously a red week, but man, if we end up filtering into a green week in the weeks ahead, we're really off to the races there at the moment. So pretty happy with where Pulsex is at the moment. And of course, it's got the big buy and burn ticking away as well. Incentive tokens at the moment. Let's go to the ratio. Have a quick look at this ratio at the moment. Look at that, super strong as well. So really liking Pulsex incentive, right? Really quiet before the storm probably. And we're at 50,000, 51,000, so still looking super strong here. If Pulse decides to tick up, and of course, Pulsex and incentive probably do massive percentages and off to the races there. That is on incentive token. PHEX has been kind of the weaker one. And of course, maybe that means there's just more upside for it when it has its final rally. But definitely down here at 62, 63 under the penny, right at the bottom. We've only seen this a couple of times, looking at back here in early June, back here in April. So yeah, back here in this 5th of December, and of course back here around August here, which we actually had the lowest low. We had 5,500 of a penny all the way back there. So yeah, certainly everything under this orange. Let's go to the weekly, so it's a bit easier to see. With the weekly there, everything under the weekly there, look at that, under 1 cent is pretty good accumulation. Noting that we've had, these two breakouts in particular. So looking for that big third one. And then of course, if that times with the bull market, it could really be a hyper move after it does that, which would be 2.5 cents plus half a penny for EHEX, and that's over 3 cents. Once it breaks that, it could be pretty good. Speaking of EHEX, here's EHEX on the daily. Nice little green day today, but let's go to the weekly. And yeah, plenty of upside. BankX wall to 7/10 of a penny, and pretty massive gains. What did we say it was yesterday? 300%, something like that. Let's have a look what it is today. 400%. Yeah, 400% gains on that, up to the BankX wall there. So not too bad. Certainly shaved off at the moment. All right, let's jump over to the. Do I have the combined chart? I do. Here's a combined chart of EHEX and PX. Right at the bottom, I mean, broke new ground pretty much. So a fantastic accumulation zone for the upside. And once again, once we eventually get back up to 3 cents, off to the races there as the market rallies. Let's jump into this day 395, I believe. Let's get into the gas prices. We've got 195,000, even lower than yesterday. So the last 2 days have been what we used to see, where the gas prices were down at 200,000. So really back down cheap. 3/10 of a penny of a Pulsex swap at the moment. So you can see what it's going to be like for a Pulse Mafia when it launches on the 14th. It's going to be super cheap. Like BNB's, fairly cheap especially compared to Ethereum. But man, Pulsechain is going to be absolutely super cheap for Pulse Mafia. It's going to be very useful there for transaction costs. We've got 200th of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer, insane. 600th of a penny for a Pulse, a PRC20 transfer, even more. That's insane as well. Ethereum at the moment is actually quite cheap, 7 Gwei, but we're still almost 2,700 times cheaper than Ethereum. So there we go, folks. Those are good times. And of course, 13,350 times cheaper than Bitcoin. So a great place to do business, and a great place for Pulse Mafia to launch, right? Because it's so super cheap and fast to do it. And you don't get shut down on Pulsechain, right? It's Pulsechain layer 1, fork of Ethereum. So you don't get shut down, not all like a lot of layer 2s. They can get stopped, and they're all centralized, right? So that we've got a fully decentralized chain. We've got 48,728 validators around the world validating. So it truly is global. You can see the globe here. We are truly global and decentralized. So none of those second layers issues there, shutting them down and all sorts of stuff, having problems, having to reset. We've got 1.56 trillion Pulse staked off the market at the moment. So it really is, well, I guess we're in that, capitulation zone where people just got to hold the faith, right? And if you do accumulate, you could win big time. We got $106.2 million. So we're actually down in below our lower range. We're at about 107 on the lower range. So we're down slightly lower than that today, about 800,000 at 106.2. We do have Hex in here. So Hex does kind of bias it down to the downside or upside, depending on where EHEX is going. But EHEX, of course, at 1,400th of a penny has pulled this down a bit as well. PDI has taken, not PDI, DAI from Ethereum has taken over the lead, number 1. It's back at the top there over Ethereum, almost back at 31 million. So that's a pretty positive sign, actually, on the DAI, and Ethereum there at 30 million. So I think that's a pretty positive sign, despite the fact that EHEX is down here. What else are we going to say about that? I think that's it. Let's jump over to we started day. I think it's day 396. We started day 395. We just finished. So that's pretty much it. Let's get into the derivatives of Hex. And what do we got here? So we got any good movers here? We got Decky, the 10-year Hex staking pool, up 3%. The 3-year up 1% there. Lucky, the 7-year up 0.5%. Everything else is pretty much flat or down. Let's go to the stable coins. Stable coins at the moment, we got let's have a look here. PDI sitting at 4,600 for a penny, and of course it's got LUSD, which absolutely tanked the other day, down 15%. So we'll have a quick look at these two, PDI, and of course the PDI narrative hitting 1 cent, still intact. No changes there. We did expect once we broke this uptrend that we were going to have a bit of a journey back up, a bit of it was a cup and handle or something like that. I don't know, but we're going to have a bit of a move up here. To get back to 1 cent at the moment, 4,600 penny. So kind of cool. Still intact is the old PDI narrative. Let's go to LUSD. LUSD not so intact, I don't think, from memory. Is it? Oh, it's still okay. So it's in the questionable 50-50. That's at 1645. So if it can manage to hold up this here, you can see back here in the March it had the kind of resistance there. But let's see if it holds up a support here at 1600 here, 1600. So question mark there on the old LUSD. Now they are burning it, as I understand it. So will they do 1% the other day or week ago, whatever it was? So question mark here over the LUSD. But you can learn more about that. All right, there we go. That is it on stables. Let's go to the influencer coins. Anything green? Nothing is green. But I must say I've added Fashion Coder. There was someone did a prediction that 2/3 of the influencers in the Pulsechain Hex community would, I think it was 2/3. I'm pretty sure that was that. I'm going to go double check, but I think it was 2/3 of the influencers in Pulsechain would probably do their own coin, launch their own coin before the end of the bull market's finished. Well, we're definitely seeing that, right? We're definitely seeing a number of influencers that are regular, not like the ones that used to be big but don't really stream anymore, but the ones that kind of do stream reasonably regularly. We've seen lots more. So we had Fashion Coder out there, does a great job on her channel, obviously, and everything. But she launched a Crypto Bestie, if I see rightly. That is down 64%. The liquidity has gone down to 15K. I watched this yesterday. I'm pretty sure it was still up at like 50K or 70K or something. That's not on Pulsechain though. So that was an interesting move. Obviously Solana there, big meme chain. But yeah, it came down. So it had a big pump. And it has had a big dump. So it's got a little green at the moment, but yeah, down to 15K. It does have some locked liquidity. I'm not sure how much is in there locked, but that is the play at the moment. So anyway, another one there. We'll see how that goes in the future. And of course, we've got Maddie Allen there down 35% as well. So these are fairly big influencers, right? So Maddie Allen there does all the Pulsechain conferences on the daily. This has come all the way down as well. So there we go. Is it going to find a bottom? That's the question. Of course, there's the AMM pool's going to have some bottom, right? But it can go down pretty low. We got Bromance there from Ben Armstrong. He used to be the biggest YouTuber in crypto. Obviously, he's trying to build back at the moment after all the drama. And of course, he's down 40% on Bromance. Quick look at that one on the influencer ones there. Yeah, so 2,200 here at the moment. So it's not looking so bad, that one. We've got SolidX with the Randy's Big Millionaire friend there, 8%, down 8% there. Note token for Randy Alasky, down 7% at the moment. Big shout out to him, 3,900 of a penny. It's still holding up pretty well, that SolidX note token. And we have a look at note token on the chart here. Look at that. That's actually looking pretty good. Let's be fair. That's looking pretty good, especially when we get another rally on, another bull market on here. It just looks like it's getting very close, based on history. This is looking a very good chart. So we might see some pretty spectacular things there from Note Token. And what else there? More from Trayvon's down 6%. Paul Pleb from Hexy Busters down 3%. Scuba Steve down 3%. That is Steve Hitson. So there we go. All right, let's jump over to the overall markets for Pulsechain, because I know you guys love it. I love it too. So let's go to the overall results. What do we got today? Yesterday we had a terrible 9.9 million. I mean, it was really at the bottom end of volume. And let's call it out as it is, right? When we have successes, we're going to call it successes. When things look pretty crappy, we're going to say it's crappy. And of course, 9.9 million was very low yesterday, but we're back up. It's a bit positive today. It is a weekday now, so we are entering weekday territory. Now, it would be good to get back into the 25 to 40 million range before we kind of enter full-on bull market and go 40 million plus, 100 million plus ideally. But at the moment, we've got 13.4 million in 24-hour volume, and we've got 235,000 transactions. Looking at the leaders at the moment, we've got Launch Token. So this is very important, right? So we're talking about Pulsechain with needing killer apps like Pulse Mafia, for example, that's coming on the 14th. But Launch is also designed to bring on new projects on the Pulsechain, and we need a launch pad. So it's kind of cool to see Launch. Launch had a few little issues at the beginning, but they seem to have got around all those. And of course, up 16% at the moment. So that's good news on the Launch Token. Let's have a quick look at that chart for Launch. Yeah, just bouncing off the bottom here, but got to have some optimism about where this project will go. And of course, at the moment at 4300th of a penny, or 4.3 cents at the moment. Not 4300th of a penny, but 4.3 cents. Let's have a quick look at the website, because we haven't looked at that for a while. Pulse Launch. This is designed to launch projects on the Pulsechain. So they're going to have senior marketing there. They've got big influencers and things like that. Pulse Launch distinctive advantages, priority member access, profit sharing, dynamic engagement matrix. So we're looking forward to a lot of that coming to Pulsechain. Apply for launch. If you're a team, you can apply for launch through there. So that is going to be pretty useful. And of course, they've got the DApp as well. Let's quickly go to the DApp. This is the DApp here. They've got the launch pad, they've got staking, they've got the bridge, they've got buy launch tokens. So that is evolving as well. So yeah, definitely you need to do your due diligence, but definitely positive there moving forward. So look forward to see what they can do for adding value to Pulsechain. That is on Launchpad. What else is going pretty well there? We've got Leonidas, probably after the dog founder, Leonidas here, up 3%. Giffordware up 3% there from crypto. Was it the Kool-Aid? Super smart guy doing great things. So always fun to listen to crypto Kool-Aid speak. And that's up 3% there as well. Now they're supposed to be launching, what's it called? Pulsar. They're supposed to be launching Pulsar, which is a sort of a Ethereum Titan X Pulsechain crossover. So we're looking forward to that coming. And at the moment they've got GIF, PGIF, and what's the other one? They've got the Hex one, the Hex iBurn token out there as well. I think that's everything. We've got Love.io, another project team we haven't really talked much about, but this is a big social media platform on Pulsechain, but I haven't heard much about it. It's up slightly today as well, 0.67%, but everything else pretty much down. But there we have a couple of good ones there. So it's nice to see some of these utility type tokens actually in project teams in their top ones for once, rather than just meme coins. So nice to see that. Let's have a quick look at Love.io. Have a look at that chart. It's been a while, and see where that's looking at. That's a daily. We'll go to the weekly because it's got quite a bit of chart data here. That is the weekly. So not looking great, is it? Not looking great. Got up to 3,000. Now at 403,000. So lost the whole 0 and a 10 scalar there. So that's where it's at. Let's go to the website. Have a quick look at Love.io on Pulsechain. Love. It's got a great website. I mean, can't argue that. The website looks pretty stunning. All right. So it's got obviously liquidity pools. Starts taking Love and everything. I haven't really followed it too much, even though it's a big project, arguably on Pulsechain, or at least has the ability to do that. They've got lots of use cases on here and lots of things like that. But yeah, there we go. I know that they've done some interviews with the founder and stuff like that on other YouTube channels. But that is where it's at the moment. The team there. There's the team there. Anders Johnson, Magrud Sararian. Sometimes these guys may take a little while to build up their platforms, but these are all the people apparently in it. So I got a pretty big team, as I say. So yeah, we'll keep a lookout for that. They've got staking, lending, Loveonomics. So yeah, definitely something worth checking out. But the chart not looking so good. So chart's definitely a reflection of performance to some degree. So yeah, that is where it's at the moment. All right, so that is the roundup there. That's going to lead us into Hex on the Hex chart here on the Hex dailies. We haven't had Ethereum update. Oh, we have. We've had an Ethereum update finally. They've updated all these days, all the day from 1643. So the last 9 days, we've had updates for Ethereum, Hex on Ethereum. Isn't that awesome? So let's have a quick run through on some of those returns. Look at these returns. So 7.3, 7.4, 7.2. 7.18, 7.2, 7.2. So yeah, really, really good. 7.2, 7.3, and today's one, 7.185 hex per T-share. So pretty good. Let's have a look at the T-share changes. Up and down with the T-share shares. We're sitting at just over 9.1 million at the moment. T-shares on Pulse on the Ethereum chain. Sorry for Hex. The reward pool. What penalties we had over the last 9 days? Yeah, 2.4, 4.2, and 1.7, 2.2. So not too bad. Pretty low today. About 65.5 million in the reward pool for those TCM miners. What do we have there? Liquid growth being mostly positive, but miners continuing the downtrend. 117,616 miners on the Ethereum chain. We haven't got the results out, do we? We haven't got results out for Pulsechain today, but we do have yesterday's number, and that was 6.972. So Pulsechain's number for Hex still to come out probably in the next half an hour or something. So that is pretty much it. Hex.com, check it out. You can mine Hex today on Ethereum and on Pulsechain. Of course, Pulsechain being the magic carpet ride chain. Kind of cool. All right, that kind of wraps it up for today. What do you guys reckon? Should we bring up? Oh, someone wants me to bring the Mafia chain up, do they? Let me see if I can bring that up, actually. Well, Mafia is just like a really good entry. There's a Mafia chart, actually, because it has profit, the vault gets filled up with the Mafia token. Means that you're always going to get it's always going to be biased to the buyer, right? So it means the buyer's always going to have a chance to get a good deal on Mafia, until the point where there's so much FOMO from the demand side that the price just keeps going up. So that's the one thing to take into account. Let me just see here. We've got a couple other comments. Harvey Diaz says we're wrecked. We're not wrecked. We're just finding the bottom and waiting for the turnaround there for the magic carpet ride. But yeah, at the moment the price is down pretty good. Any analysis on Mafia chart, please? Well, let's have a quick look at that. Have I got the right chart? Bam. That's the Mafia chart at the moment. So this yellow line is the sacrifice price for sacrifices. So previously Mafia was called TYZZ, if you remember. And they had about 1.25 million inclusive of bonuses in terms of money raised. So it was pretty good, $1 million plus project, I guess. $1 million project. Probably around $1 million dollar project. And of course, at the moment, it's well below. So you're getting a good deal. So versus a sacrifice price, you're getting a huge deal. I've got that at currently around about 15.92 or something like that. So 001592. But the price currently is at 000490. And of course, it's actually this is a new chart, right? So we had previously the old chart was the proxy chart. So that's not on here, but the price was even lower there. So I think it was down at 002000 somewhere like that, if I remember rightly. I'm not sure if I have it still on my list. So there we go. But at the moment, where it's 3,500, 3,000, 5,000, I should say. And so very good entry still on this one. And this is the cool thing about it is that if you are a buyer, because when they have you have a 4.7% buy tax and a 16.6% sell tax, that all goes into the vault. And so what that means is that if you're trading, buying and selling Mafia, those taxes are going into the vault and then they sell down into the market again, swapping the Mafia for the BNB. That BNB goes into the vaults that the families are fighting at for. That's how it goes. The other one, of course, if you start a player, if you make a new player that's 2,000 Mafia, that Mafia also goes into the vault. That gets sold down into BNB as well. That puts downward pressure on the price, which means that if you're a new player coming in, you can pick up Mafia cheaper and enjoy the game, which is great for spurring on demand. So that's kind of the way it plays. Now, at some point when there's more demand than supply, obviously the price will go up. That is the idea there. And of course, we're still in pre-launch phase. We're not even at the game launch. So I think there's 8 phases or something like that. We're just had phase 5, which is a big one too. Now, this also has other monetization, right? So if you've got if you're going to buy a crate, that's $20 to buy a crate in BNB. So that's going to be going into that's going to feed the system as well. If you're also going, there's also going to be a marketplace that's going to have fees. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with those fees as well. So there's going to be lots of ways of generating money in the game. So it's kind of cool. I mean, there are other games out like this where they have marketplaces and trading stuff like that. But we're going to have it on BNB and Pulsechain. It's going to be pretty cool. Harvey says rug pulls, says Harvey. Yeah, sometimes there's rug pulls, that's for sure. We got where did the stake button go? Stake button, I'm not sure. Stake button for what, Bitcoin? Let me know what you mean. We got Crispy Man says 5555. Yep, for the old hex stakes, absolutely. Crispy in the house. All right, what else there? That's kind of the play there. So where'd the price go? Well, it's still early days, so we don't know. But as more players come in, as the game launches, the game's not even launched yet. The next phase is phase 6. There's a pre-launch phase, and that's going to be, we're going to have the game map. The game map is coming out. And of course, we're also going to have the marketplace launch. So those are 2 big milestones. We've already covered crates. Of course, crates out right now. You can pick up crates today. That's a big deal in terms of getting game assets. And then we're going to have them. Stage 6 is going to be maps and so forth. So we're going to have. I'm probably going to get Archie and some other people on that are playing the game, and we're going to probably get on and talk about that. I haven't even talked to them about that, but we'll probably get on and have a look at the map and talk about things like that. So it's going to be fun. Look forward to that live stream coming up. Going to be pretty cool. Now, after the map and marketing, there's going to be, the marketplace, there's going to be marketing and communications. So communications is, I think, coming up next, and then marketing. And marketing is going to be out to a number of influencers and platforms, and particularly B&B stuff within Pulse Mafia. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see all that play out. So that's all coming, folks, in the list. In fact, I think, do I have that up? No, I'm not sure if I have that up. We might talk more about that, the next steps tomorrow. We'll cover that tomorrow. I think that's a good idea with the launch phases there as we come up. These are all pre-launch at the moment. Pete Diehard in the house there, earning P-Die while sleeping. Yeah, nice one there. We're earning P-Die. Let's have a look here. We've got Archie's got a comment, so let me put the comment up here. If you play Mafia against the Syndicate, don't sleep. Yeah. So, like I say, there's already a lot of pre-game antics already going on between the Mafia families. Here we got Archie, the godfather or Don of the Syndicate, number one, ranked number 1 at the moment. And of course, don't sleep up there. So it's going to be a pretty fun game to be played already before the game's even launched. We've had lots of pre-game positioning, and it's been pretty crazy. So enjoying it. All right, that's pretty much it on P-Die. Didn't mean to, I was going to talk about that, but 57 minutes on the hour. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'm going to play out a bit of the P-Die video on the way out. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to catch me again tomorrow. Get your game player for Mafia, 2000 Mafia, and you can speculate on Mafia too. So you don't even have to. You can buy Mafia and speculate. You can buy Mafia and stake it, and help your family get more money, and that can buy more things in the game and help win the game, and of course get that vault and start earning a weekly payout. That is the big carrot there, the weekly payout from the vault. So it's going to be a lot of fun too. Let's see what else we got here. I think that was it. So let me play this video, and I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Get into Discord if you want to participate with our community. Almost 1,200 members there. And of course, if you want to join the Mafia family, you can ask Archie once you're in the Discord to join up, or you can hit him up on Telegram or on X platform there if you want to join the Syndicate. There are many other families you can join as well, so feel free to explore. All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now.